and not enough rain's coming down in central Texas is plain. We just heard Hunter forecast a chance of rain maybe, but it's not enough to fill up the lake or any of our lakes, meaning we'll need to do more to conserve our water. Joining us this Monday morning is Austin Mayor Steve Adler. Mayor Adler, thanks so much for joining us on a holiday, especially appreciate that. And looking at those at Lake Travis, you see the sometimes islands up all the time, 61%, 16 feet below where it should be at this point. We're about to go into stage one of drought conditions. What does that mean for the city of Austin?
Well, what it means is we all need to be conserving water. I mean, the new rules limit a little bit more the amount of watering that folks can do. This condition that we had 8 years ago, we were in drought situation, got a lot worse then, but we're at the beginning side of it. We all need to conserve water, use less, so that we can wait till the rain comes.
Now, obviously we're having less rain. We're having more people move here. I mean, Dripping Springs is already doing a building moratorium because it is having water issues. Is this something that could possibly affect Austin's growth? Less rain, more people?
I mean, ultimately, the answer to that is that it could, and that's why we adopted a 100-year plan in Austin. That's why we're moving toward aquifer storage. So that's the long-term solution. We'll be able to take a lot of the water that's in the lake right now when we have plentiful water and put it underground and store it, but we're not there yet. So that's why people need to conserve. We have a long-term plan, but in this short term, we need to conserve water.
I hate we got to start talking about Uvalde. It just breaks my heart. You've got grandkids around the same age. I've got kids the same age. After what happened there, there's a national conversation right now about gun violence and also calls for gun control legislation. So what kind of action can be done, and what are you pushing for in Austin to make sure this doesn't happen to your grandchildren, to my kids again?
It is absolutely heartbreaking, and I think everybody is just really overwhelmed. So many children, so young, and it's not isolated. We've had over 200 mass shootings so far this year alone in the country. The country overwhelmingly supports some common sense gun measures, like making sure that anybody who's buying a gun has to register, like making sure that people that have serious challenges and shouldn't have a weapon are prevented from getting those weapons. The bump stocks that let someone have so much extra firepower. These are all things that are supported by an overwhelming number in the country. And I'll tell you what, we're going to fight this battle. We have to continue to fight this battle. We have to encourage our state leaders and our national leaders to act. But I'm also going to invite the governor to make good on his pledge to do something about mental health. This is a gun problem, not a mental health problem, but we're woefully lacking on mental health treatment. We see that in our city. And if the governor is serious now and has opened up the lane to actually making state investment to help with mental health, I would welcome that too. Something
absolutely has got to change. I heard a quote earlier saying that we are failing our kids, and it's so true. We are failing our kids. The protest, or the people, in Uvalde were chanting when the president was there this past weekend, do something, and the president said, "I will." Is there anything the president really can do without the support of the rest of his constituents?
There's very little that the president can do on his own by executive order. I'll tell you, we would have seen presidents do that here. I don't understand why the gun lobby has such power when there is so many people, such a huge majority of people in this country that want action taken. It's criminal that it's not happening. We need our federal legislators to take action. We need our state leadership and our state legislature to take action. They're the ones that have the power, and they can do it if it's something that they wanted to do. We just can't keep having these kinds of attacks. And the fact that our country, with our gun laws, have these challenges, and other countries are not seeing these kinds of things, has to make us stop and look and say, what is it that is different about what's happening here, so that we can take measures. These reasonable gun measures are things that are supported by 70–80% of the people in the country. I hope people go to the polls and vote for candidates that support this kind of action.
I agree absolutely. Mayor Adler, thanks so much for your time. We are out of time. We'll be back after this.
Good to be with you.